Well, let's talk a bit more about this with the royal author and historian Kate Williams. Kate, thanks for coming in.
Good evening.
It's just the beginning of a big story for us this year, isn't it?
Oh yes, I mean, that incredible footage, the young Queen, being crowned. It's fantastic, and we're just going to see more pomp, more circumstance, more ceremony, and Westminster Abbey really in overdrive this year. I mean, it's going to be incredible.
What makes the story so extraordinary, I suppose, is that you've got someone who was, 26, 27, something like that, when she was crowned Queen, and then such a long reign following after that. I mean, Alistair Bruce mentioned in his piece, she's witnessed countless changes. And looking at that old scratchy footage of BOAC flights, taking off for the Kenya trip, it does remind us that so much has happened while she's been this kind of solid figure.
Well, yes, Andrew. I mean, the very fact that, she didn't know she was Queen for so long. I mean, we wouldn't have that in the age of Twitter. Nowadays, probably the person, if say William happens to be in Africa, the person he'd found out much later, because Twitter would tell him automatically. So by the time the royal proclamation got to him, we'd already know. She's seen so much. I mean, she was born in 1926. She saw the Great Depression, the Second World War, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. She's seen Britain completely transform. I mean, she's really seen the technological revolution, absolutely. I mean, to think that when she was born by caesarean section, but that was at home because royals didn't go to hospital. I mean, it seems outlandish now. Everything about her early life has changed. I mean, there's almost nothing that remains about the old days, the way she lived.
And, her father wasn't on the throne for very long, so there was no expectation suddenly of having a 60-plus year reign. And yet she seemed to have been so well trained for the job right from the start. I mean, it was between accession and coronation that her sister came to her and said, I want to marry a commoner, that Peter Townsend, and all that. And she said, look, you're going to have to wait. She was already making wise decisions,
yes.
in her 20s.
Well, absolutely. And the most incredible thing is that, of course, Elizabeth was never born to be Queen. No one expected her to become Queen because her father was second in line to the throne. If Edward VIII hadn't abdicated, which he did when she was 10, she would never have become the Queen. And, of course, also, she's a girl. She could have always been superseded by a younger sibling who was a boy. And so she really wasn't expected to become Queen, but made this incredible job of it, such a success. And she has been, I think, one of our ideal monarchs. She is our longest living monarch and our longest married monarch and our most travelled monarch.
How she pulled it off? Because I remember the excitement when Prince Charles gave an interview on television for the first time. She's never done that, has she? So this sort of enigmatic position that she's kept in terms of distance, in terms of the only front we see of the Queen is that of her duty.
That's so right, Andrew. I mean, this is what we see of the Queen. We can't get past it. We don't know. And that's a really incredible thing about her. We really don't know what she thinks about politically significant issues, and we have no idea. She's completely neutral, which is a very hard thing to pull off, I think, in this current politicised world. So she really has perfected neutrality in a way her son has not, and her father didn't either.
Yes, indeed. Kate Williams, very interesting stuff. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us today.